Hi, this is Marcia Kish, and I'm here to talk about the different settings inside of Zoom.us. The settings that I'm going to go over are the settings that are inside of the website, not necessarily inside of Zoom. By going through the different settings inside of Zoom.us, it's going to make your life just a little bit easier because it's always going to be configured the same way. All right, let's get started. So what you have seen on the screen is that I've already gone in and signed inside of Zoom. So when I go inside of Zoom, I'm going to go into my account. Inside of my account, if you want to change your photo, you know how people always have their different photos that pop up on the screen when they turn off the video? This is how you would do it. Inside a profile, you can go in and change your picture. I like having my picture on there just because people know who it is, and it's just not a blank screen with my name. And if I'm teaching a concept or an idea, maybe I'll change out my photo to go along with that for that week or 2 weeks, just to make it fun for the kids. Next down, we have our meetings. Our different meetings are set up. You can go ahead and schedule a meeting, you can create a meeting, you can look at your previous, so on and so forth, as well as your meeting templates. What I really want to focus in today is the settings aspect. I want to go into the different settings. They haven't made adjustments to the Zoom settings page, and it makes it just a little bit easier. But here's my tip. Please just go through one line at a time. Read what it has to say. It's not going to be too time intensive. I think it takes about 5 to 6 minutes to go through, read all the way from the top to the bottom of the settings. Because this is game changers. Like if you have one toggle switch the wrong way, you're going to be like, wait, I can't. Here we go. So here's some of my things that I have. Students automatically get placed into a waiting room. Yep, I always have that on because they're going to wait in the waiting room until I bring them over. When I go through, I also have that they have a passcode. I like that because that way they have to have the code in order to get in. Now, the next thing you're going to see is schedule a meeting. So this says the host video on automatically. I keep that off because I don't want my video to come on right away because I could be like letting students in or opening up a slide. I just turn it off. I always turn my video on so the participants can see me. I also turn the video off for the students just to help prevent any accidents that might occur because a student could be like turning it on and they don't have their screen right. Just be safe. Turn off the video for the students, let them turn it on. Again, scroll down through here. You can have it so the students can join before you. I don't like that. I want to wait to get in and then I bring them in the waiting room. As I keep going through, I'm going to keep going down inside the in meeting, the basic ones. Again, I have chat, private chat, auto save. This is a key one. I just toggle switch auto save chat. That way those chat conversations are saved in a file and I could go back, highlight. If somebody had a question, I know tomorrow I can go back and talk to them. If somebody says something inappropriate, I can go back and talk to that student the next day. So I always auto save my chats for every single video that I do. As we keep going down, I also include a co-host. I toggle switch on co-host. That way if I have a person who is going to help me out, I call it my student expert for the day. They're going to help watch while I'm presenting the main idea to the students. So if somebody's in the waiting room, they can let them in. Now, one of the teachers I worked with last week is like, well, do we want them to just let anybody in? I'm like, well, okay, maybe you are the only one to allow the student in from the waiting room, but that student expert could be the person saying, hey, Mrs. Kish, just want to let you know somebody's in the waiting room. The co-host can also be watching and monitoring if somebody has their hands up, if they need to have a question answered, or they can also be watching that chat room. They also have the feature of jumping in and out of the different breakout rooms. I like having a co-host just because it helps me manage my Zoom rooms while I'm presenting. I also have them poll questions. A poll question could be where you ask a question. The only bad thing is you have to preset it up. It's really clunky to do in the moment, but it works. Don't disregard it. Add in some poll questions like, hey, how are you feeling today? How'd you do in your homework? Do you have any questions? Could be a really quick way just to gather some data from your students. As we keep going down, we have the whiteboard feature. I have it turned on. Some people say because they have the Chromebooks, it doesn't work. Try it. See if you can turn the whiteboard feature on. See how that goes. Keep moving. I'm telling you, it's worth this though. It's worth a couple minutes to go through. Now we're in Meeting Advanced. These are the advanced features that I add in. So in my advanced ones, I am going to have breakout rooms. I'm going to toggle switch on my breakout room so I can definitely allow the students to work in different breakout rooms. Definitely a great one to get going. As we keep rolling, I'm going to do my virtual backgrounds. Again, this is one thing that people say all the time, that they can't do the virtual backgrounds due to the fact that they're using Chromebooks. Now, for sure, I'm using a MacBook, and I just have it toggle switched on, and it works. In fact, I love it because I get to add in my own photos as well. But take a look at it. If it doesn't work for you, it's not a game changer. It's just, hey, if you can't, try to see if that toggle switch is off. As we keep going down, other things that I add in is join from browser, that's fine. Emailing, when the meeting is canceled, I could have it emailed to them. But there is definitely some other things that you could just go through and take a look at. But the in-meeting advanced with the breakout rooms is key. And in-meeting basics is another one that you want to just make sure you go through. So those are the settings that I use from Zoom.us. And the next video that you're going to see is going to be what are the settings that I use when I'm inside of a Zoom breakout room. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. If you have any questions, my name is Marsha Kish. Feel free to reach out to me. You got it.